been said, and really participating in Mass. It was slow, but that was probably what I needed. I felt the Holy Spirit was awakening things in me, changing me, making me grow in a lot of different ways. You know, I began to trust God more. I began to trust God that He could help me in everything. I began to really believe that what was being said in the Bible was actually for me. Before that, I didn't think any of it was for me. But this really changed me. I began to ask God to be a part of my daily life, to help and guide me to overcome the problems we were having. Things at home financially were very tough. We were not making ends meet, so David and I began to hand over to God and to trust Him in everything, to provide for our family and to give us the strength to carry this cross. The big test came when we had to make a decision about the mortgage. The bank were talking about taking away our house. So we handed this over to God and trusted. We knew from the Bible God's promise to take care of His children, how He would provide homes for the birds in the air, clothe the flowers in the field. And in John 1 we read, faith is the victory by which we overcome the world. Amen. So, in complete faith and trust, we prayed to the Holy Spirit to direct, guide and enlighten us as to what God wanted for us in our lives. We made the decision through prayer to put the house in the market ourselves, try to sell it before the bank did, and clear our mortgage. It was a long 1.5 years of prayer and trusting. Twice the sale fell through, once on Ash Wednesday. But we kept trusting and thanking God. Sometimes we doubted if we were doing our will or God's will. But we had some really lovely experiences of God giving in abundance when we asked in faith. David wasn't working. We had no money coming in. He had been self-employed, so we weren't entitled to dole for quite a while. Now we were lucky. We had chickens, and we had hens, and we had ducks, and we had a vegetable patch. We had 2 beehives, and the farmer in the field behind our house had planted potatoes that year, so he said we could dig whatever we wanted for our own use. So we thanked God, and we compared it to the miracle of the loaves and fish. But one day, it all ran out. The ducks and the hens stopped laying. So we gave the kids, the 4 girls, the last of the eggs. And David and I sat down and had wheat fix for our dinner. So we thanked God, and we prayed, and we asked God to provide for us, and especially for our children. So the next morning we got up, and we got a phone call from David's sister to say that her freezer had broken down the night before, and did we want the contents? So we said yes. But we sat in the kitchen and we thanked God, but we did laugh for about 10 minutes. We got so much food. We got chickens and roast beefs and cheese, everything. We had so much food that we knew that would last us for another few weeks. But the girls totally binged on Ben and Jerry's ice cream. It was mad. So we had enough food for a few weeks until the hens and the ducks started laying again. Well, after that, we knew we were on the right track. We knew if we asked and we trusted completely, that God would give and would give in abundance. We also had to remember that God's time is not our time, and we had to learn patience. During this same year, my dad got cancer, and he was very unwell. And Jim Brown mentioned my dad, my mum and dad actually, a couple of weeks ago in his speech, Tony and Sheila Murphy. I had the privilege of going to my dad's each morning early, and spending a few hours with him, looking after him, praying together, talking about the Bible. He knew the Bible better than anybody I knew. There are 7 kids in our house, but I got the privilege of talking to him about that, just spending time with him over that. He told me the greatest love story ever told is the Bible. It's God's love for His people, for us. And that really, really just hit home with me. He also asked me a question one morning. He asked me where I would have been on the road to Calvary. What side I would have been on. The people who are against Jesus? Or would I have believed the gossip and rumours? Or would I have stopped, prayed, found out for myself, or just followed the crowd? That has stayed with me, and I use it as a template. When I hear bad news stories about our church or our leaders, and we all know which side we would have liked to be on at the end of the day. All life answers are in the Bible. We just have to look for them. My dad sadly died in the August of that year, and the following day, before the funeral, we got a phone call for a guy who wanted to come and view the house. So a week later, he saw the house, bought the house, and we didn't have money to clear the bank. So the next thing was, we were just so grateful, because it meant we could clear the bank, we weren't going to be in trouble. Next job was to find somewhere else to live. Not an easy job. We couldn't get a house that was affordable, we'd take rent allowance. We really had a tough job finding a house. So for about 4 weeks we searched and we couldn't find anywhere. So the deadline to be out of the house was on a Friday at 12 o'clock. And on Thursday at 12 o'clock, we still had no house, we had nowhere to go, with our kids. But family had said they would take 2, and somebody said they'd take 1, and whatever. But Dave and I just didn't want, this was so hard on the girls, we just didn't want the family split up. So I admit it, I lost it at about 2 o'clock on the Thursday. Less than 24 hours to go, nowhere to go. And I got down on my knees and I screamed at God. I screamed at him. I'm not proud of it, but I did it. And I said, I trusted you, you said you wouldn't leave us orphans. And about 20 minutes later, my brother phoned to say he'd heard of a house about 7 kilometres outside RD, to give the landlord a ring to see how it went. So I phoned him. David was praying and I had phoned him. And I explained the situation to him. I explained we had to be out in less than 24 hours. So he said, come straight down, look at the house, see what you think. So we went down, had a quick look around, small little bungalow, and we had a look around, and we said yes, and we explained the situation, that we literally had to be out, and he handed David the keys. We hadn't paid a deposit, we hadn't paid anything, and he handed David the keys, and he said, start moving. Did we need any help or anything else? He was wonderful, he really was wonderful. After the stress of those 2 years, that house was such a blessing. The views from that house were amazing. It was the most peaceful, quiet, gorgeous place to live. Very small house, and it was tight for all of it, but the surroundings were just, it's what we all want, that lovely, lovely peace. It was brilliant. So we were there for about 5 years. The landlord was very kind, very generous. The whole time we were there, he was great. But we learned to trust to the bitter end. When you think this isn't going to happen, keep trusting. So I grew in faith and trust over those 2 years, and David did too. So, we now thank God for everything. I thank God every day. I thank Him for my family. I thank Him for everything. For hot water, for the washing machine working, for anything that happens. I just spend my day thanking God. We live on divine providence now. We ask God, and He gives. He will give. If you need it, if you really need it, and you trust, He will give you what you need. My 4 daughters are now in college. They're doing well. None of them go to Mass at the moment, but we know they have a good foundation in prayer and a good foundation in God. We always pray to their guardian angels. From the day we found out we were expecting them, we prayed to their guardian angels for them. They're a gift from God, and the guardian angels are too. We know and trust that they will come back to the church. and they're ready, but when they come back stronger because they come back of their own free will. We know they still pray. They say they don't, but we know they do. Because we can regularly be heard, thank God, in the house, so you know that they do. Two of them work in a retirement home, and they both actually work with Alzheimer's patients, and they said sometimes they can get a little bit upset and a little bit agitated. But somebody else told us, a nurse that works there told us, that our two will, one or each of them, will just start the rosary and the calm that descends. So at least they know what works. They have the basis. But when we were living in the rented house, 7 kilometres outside town, my car died completely one morning. One of them was doing their leaving cert, one of them was doing their junior cert, and I needed a car. I needed a car to get me through. So I trusted in God, and I prayed, and I asked, and I said, please help me out here. So at 6 o'clock that evening, I was standing next to St. Angeles, and David's dad rang and said that a car dealer friend of his had been on to him that day and said that a man had driven into his forecourt that morning with a car and said, can you give that to somebody who needs it? So I got a car. I got a little blue Citroen, and it's actually Our Lady's colour. It's little blue. I just call it her car. Great little car. I have it about 4 years, never let me down. So, you know, just believe, trust. It will happen. You know, all of us are really blessed. We just have to learn to see it. We need to recognise God as our loving Father. He wants to have a relationship with us. The foundation of any relationship is trust. Just keep trusting. Jesus gave us 2 great commandments. Love God, love your neighbour. Very easy to love God. He loves us. Not as easy to love your neighbour. Especially people we don't like. But we can pray for them. We can ask God to bless them. During the penitential rite act at Mass, we ask brothers and sisters of Christ to pray for us to the Lord our God. If we really believe that, we really have to do that. We have to listen and, just put into action what we say. I think there are a lot of people who don't have people to pray for them. There's a lot of people, a lot of little kids whose parents don't pray. A lot of people don't pray. So I pray for people in the supermarket, standing in the queue, or people I drive past, or people on the bus, or especially when I pass schools, especially for children, because some of them just don't have anybody to pray for them. That's loving your neighbour. That's helping your neighbour. Anything we can do to help. I use my car now to go and help. I know it's mostly family and a couple of friends, but I feel I've been given this gift of a car. I need to give back. So I help people. I can't do what Gussie does, or what Pat and David and John do. I'm no good at that. I won't even stand up for praise and worship. But I help people. I'll clean their houses. I'll bring them shopping. I'll do all the little things that people need, because everybody needs somebody to help them, and that's loving your neighbour. Just anything you can do at all for another person. Give your time or anything else. We're all asked to be missionaries, so just anything we can do at all. I think that's really it. I'd like to ask you all one thing, just to do one thing. Please don't entertain any conversations where anyone is giving out about our priests or our church. If you find yourself in that situation, ask them to stop or excuse yourself from the company. Our priests become Our Blessed Lady's sons at ordination. They are her children, her sons representative here on earth. And none of us like anyone to say anything bad about our children, nor does Our Lady. Pray for our priests. Theirs is not an easy life, especially now. They sacrifice so much so that we can receive the wonderful sacraments, ask at the consecration at Mass for blessings for our priest. Jesus is truly present then. So ask him to bless and protect the priest and our church. Priests are under attack from Satan. He doesn't want God's will carried out. But we can help with our prayers. There's no way a few years ago I would have stood up here. No way. But this is how much the Holy Spirit has changed me, has made me grow. How much, it's just, I just feel that it's the right thing to do. We've all been given gifts. We've given gifts to our baptism, to our confirmation. We just need to learn to unwrap them.